Check this out, you guys. If you're someone who is in the light, when you come around people who are in the dark, you will irritate their demons. I'm telling you, you will irritate demons. You will. This is so crazy. I gotta tell you guys this story. So I was working in a retail job at one point, and I'm still working at one at the moment. But in this particular moment in time, I was helping a certain customer fill something out. And for some reason, even though I never did anything to disrespect this customer, I never did anything to be rude or nasty to them in any way, shape, or form, their energy was really tense towards me. Really tense. And I never understood it because she was with her daughter, and her daughter was being real cool, real nice, and I was being respectful. I wasn't slanging on her daughter or nothing like that. So anyway, she comes up, right? And we're filling out this information, and I gotta put it into the computer, and she's standing next to the computer so that I could kind of like see her in the corner of my eye, and she's staring at me like she locked on to me, just looking at me, right? And it's like she couldn't help herself. She couldn't help but to just lock onto me and stare at me. And when she was staring at me, it's like I could feel the dark spirit in her just eyeing me down. It was more or less the spirit in her than her herself eyeing me down like that. And I was able to feel it, like the presence of like that dark spirit. It was ooey, because I felt like she wanted to like stab me or something, because I try my best every day to keep the light that's within me on at all times, no matter how dark this world gets. We're in 2024. This is the darkest this world has ever gotten, and I'm still living in the light. And you may notice that in a couple of the videos I made in the beginning, I also talk about how I'm living in the light. I still am till today. I still am. And I've been living this way since I was 15, 16. In fact, I've been living this way all my life. Ever since I was young, real young kid, I've always had this kind of heart. And even though it's taken all kinds of lashings and attacks, it's still as vibrant as it's always been. And during that time, I was putting something into the computer. I was having a discussion with her daughter as to what kind of information she needs, that I need, so that I can put into the computer for her or whatever. And her mom is just standing there staring at me with the most evil eyes I've ever seen. And I've never felt like, I've dealt with hate before because of the light within me, and I've dealt with people attacking me and blame shifting me and all this other stuff, ganging up on me and all this. I've dealt with all that, right? I've dealt with it, right? And I've gotten to but there has never been a person who looked at me like this lady looked at me. She is number one on my list right now as the number one person in the world that I've ever met that has stared at me so grievously, for no reason. I was just doing my job. I was just putting in the information they need so that they can get whatever order they want to get, and then they can walk out the door, and that's it. But I couldn't deal with her no more. I got to the point where I had to get my manager to deal with them. Have my manager do the rest of the work, because I couldn't be around her. It's like I didn't tell my manager what was going on, like literally, because then my manager gonna think I'm crazy, because this is spiritual stuff I'm talking about here. I'm talking about spiritual stuff. But I just told him, hey, this customer needs some help with this or that. Would it be okay if you go over there, maybe help him out or something like that? And that's what he did. He went over there, helped him out, and whatever. an assistant manager as well who also played a part in helping these customers out. And I just couldn't deal with these customers. I'm telling you right now, I could not deal with them. Not that I couldn't deal with them. Like, I could have. I dealt with them. I helped them out. I did everything I could. It was just the tension that was coming off of this lady. It was so strong that it's like she wanted to. It's almost as if the light within me is trying to shine on her, and no matter how bright I shine, she just keeps turning her head away and turning away and turning away and turning away. She just doesn't want anything to do with it. So it's like she's irritated by my presence. It's like she's irritated by my presence because she's so far into the darkness that she just wants nothing to do with the light that's within me. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't understand that. I don't understand how people are so afraid of the light that they practically run from it. They run. I don't get that. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I've done it one time in my whole life, and it's one thing that I've done that I regret the most, because I was in a position when I was a teenager, my late teenage years, I was in a position where I was stuck between. I wasn't necessarily stuck because I could have just made the right decision, but I didn't at this time in my life. This was like 6 years ago. I was in this relationship with this woman that I knew the light within me didn't want me to be with her, but I wanted to be with somebody. So I stayed with her for longer than I should have, and it caused a lot of havoc for my spiritual health. And it took a long time for me to recuperate from that. It took a few years for me to recuperate from that, and I did recuperate from that. And this story I'm telling you is after I recuperated, the light's back on within me. It didn't go away. It was still there the entire time. And how do I say this? This customer, just like the look in her eyes, it was so like sinister. But then, right? Check this out. Then I walk away. I let my manager deal with them for a while. I walk away. I catch my breath. And then I decide, you know what? I'm going to go back over there. I'm going to speak to that very lady again. And I'm just going to be as respectful as I can possibly be to her, and as open as I can be to her. And I want to see how she responds to me. And I did. And she started to notice it. She started to peep it, that I was being open to her. And I was being, like I had my ears open to hear anything she had to say. And she started to open up to me. And once she started opening up to me, it's like that darkness, it kind of started to fade. It started to fade. And then she kind of just settled and relaxed. And it was more her that I was speaking to at that point than the spirit that was causing her to act like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's crazy, man. It really is. I don't understand it. How do people get so comfortable being in the dark? I could never. You want to know why I can't do that? Because I already know what the darkness is. And I already know that if you stand there in that darkness and you just stay there, you're on real thin ice. You're on real thin ice. That's what I have to say about that. You're on very thin ice if you stay in that darkness. Once you're in the light, you're good. But you want to know what comes with being in the light? You're going to have the whole world can't standing you. They don't know why. They just can't stand you for no reason. Like that lady. She was probably looking at me wondering, why? What is it about this dude that I just can't stand? She can't even put her finger on it. She just can't stand me, period. Point blank. For no reason. Just because. People with dark, if you have light within you, people are going to hate you just because. They're not even going to have a logical reason that makes sense. It's because it's all spiritual. So she's looking at me wondering, why do I want to just strangle this guy right now? Even though he hasn't even said nothing disrespectful or did anything disrespectful or anything like that. I just want to for some reason. She can't even explain it herself. Because she doesn't realize the darkness that's living inside of her like a how do you say, like a tenant who hasn't paid his rent in like 3 years. Had like 10 eviction notices and still sitting there. But you know, I don't even think this lady has ever even prayed to God. She's one of those people who run from the darkness. Run from the light. When you should be running from the darkness. You should be doing everything you can to get out of there. Not just sit there. Get out. Get out of there. Run to the light. It's the best decision you'll ever make. Run to the light. Don't stay in that dark spot place. The Bible has a lot to do with your mental health and your spiritual mental health. And it also describes how your physical health can play a role in it too. If you take good enough care of your body, your mental health and your spiritual health will fly through the roof. You're taking care of your body, like exercising, doing healthy stuff like that. That will increase your mental and spiritual health. Because the Bible says that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. So take care of it. Take care of it. I'm going to end the video on this note, you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please, I really want to hear from you guys. I would really like to know what you guys think. I really want to hear some feedback, and I want to respond. Make videos responding to my comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.